Hello all. In today's video, we're going to talk about the recent changes that they've done in Overseer. And for real, like they're pretty amazing. I think they're really good and it's going to help out the community a lot. All right, so let's just start from the beginning. Right now I'm in POK at the top floor of the library. You want to go to the merchant. This is the front. The merchant is exactly behind. So let's go. So in the last patch, they added like a whole bunch of different items, depending on what progression, your server's on. But for this video, we're going to just talk about live servers, current stuff, level 120 things. Okay, so in the note windows, I typed out things that I feel are relevant and worth your time. The fragment of legendary Alaran history. This is going to make the tier. I have the end tier here. Now, this was added in VOA expansion, and it was meant for to be like a time sink, something that, once you finish the expansion group or whatever, you would just grind it out. These tablets, they used to drop from Alaran, but because of we're 120, they won't drop anymore, and killing them won't evolve the tier if you had it. So simply what you want to do is, if you've never done it, you don't have any tiers, you buy one of them first. That's going to give you the small tier. And then you equip it, like it goes in the ammo spot. And just one thing to note, this is the only item that will actually give you some sort of bonus in the ammo slot of this nature. So put it in your ammo slot and then buy a whole bunch. You're going to need a lot. Earlier tiers, just like any of the evolve, go quicker. But I believe after like 11 or 12 of 20, like there are 20 tiers total, then you'll only get 5% per click. So while they're 10K sounds kind of cheap, you're really gonna need a lot. And why is this relevant? Again, because this is something that will fit in the ammo slot, gives you stats, or once it's in its final form, you can make it a type 3 aug. So depending on your class, so like for example, Beast Lord that doesn't use ammo would keep it in its ammo type. Warrior or anyone that shoots or anything may want to use a type 3 because they don't use any many. So you get the mod 3s and then also you get very minor bonus, 5%, 10% max points of defense. So it's something. It still adds. It's not horrible. The next thing is going to be pieces of eight. This is going to be TDS group currency. So you ask, why is this relevant? It's really old expansion. So let me get a link. This is currently the best healing sympathetic proc aug for primary. So cleric for sure is going to want to use this. Depending on how you play your druid or shaman, possibly. But for cleric, I would definitely say it's worth it if you don't have it. So a couple of things to note. This is in caverns, so you do need to do the group progression to be able to zone in there. You can cheat by campfire, banner, or if the daily heroic happens to be the um, heroic adventure there, you could pop in. Now, the one thing that I don't know is unlocking mechanics. If you never done any progression and you use the daily heroic to send you there, if it will be available or not. So if someone knows, post a comment so I know, so I learned something. But it's 680 currency, so each one costs 700 overseer points, so you'll need 476k to buy the AUG. So for sure, clerics, you're gonna want it. Like there's no other better sympathetic healing proc that goes in your primary. So get that. Next thing is going to be Scarlet Marks. This is pretty straightforward. This is TOL expansion, group mission currency. So this buys the Type 5 logs. If you don't have access or you can't do NOS missions, this is going to be a great filler. I like this a lot, especially for people just coming back into the game that don't really have resources or access to do groups readily. So this is going to get you heroic Type 5, the Augs. And I value Type 5 Augs a lot just because the amount of stats that it adds, survivability, whatever you want to call it. Each one is going to be 700 currency for one. You need 500. So figure each AUG is going to give you cost you 350,000 per AUG. Token of Resurrections. This is nice just to recover the group, 22.5K. Just keep in mind, you could buy these also with loyalty. I'll run to the merchant just afterwards. So while this is on the merchant, it's okay. You know, just keep that in mind. The next thing is going to be Velium power sources. This is good. You can buy the Assaulter for melee DPS, Convoker for caster DPS, Medicant for healers, and then Protector for tank. This is going to be the second best power source. These do last quite a bit. So great fillers if you don't have access to the latest ones that drop in TOL or NOS, or if you just want it for your grouping, whatever. There's that. One other thing I just realized. Crystallized luck. This is good. What is crystallized luck? So there are some items that have luck on them, and basically what you do is, let's see if we can do this. If you hit fuse, it's gonna pull it up a window. You need the same exact item to fuse, and what we'll do is it will add one more luck from its current one. So if I had another one of these earrings, I would place it in there for my inventory. Now, this is the important thing. Crystallized luck is a currency. So when you first buy it, it will be in your inventory. You're going to need to make sure that you reclaim all. And then once you reclaim all, it'll be here in the alternate currency. Then you could hit fuse. If it's in your bags, it's not going to register. So just keep that in mind. Very, very, very important. Okay, so those are the main items, excuse me, that I would say focus on from Overseer. Now, the best part. What they did recently is, oh no, there we go. Um, Pick a quest, autofill, start. That's it. Next thing, pick a quest, autofill, start. And what this will do is it will pick the best possible options from your current inventory of agents. So it saves a whole lot of time. Some of you may know or may not, but as far as rewards concerned, the longer the quest, the more reward will you get. So like 24-hour ones are going to give you the best experience or the most currency. You do understand that there's a limit of amount of quests, which is 10 per day. So if you do have currency, fast forwarding them is relatively cheap. It's 90 or whatever for a 24 hour. Um, So get your currency there, just like that. Also, I really like this. For the conversions, it will take the highest amount of agents you have and do it. And there, see, autofill, really good. Okay, so real quickly, I want to show you guys the loyalty merchant for the res tokens. Ah, no levitate. I go to the one in the neutral side. Almost there. There you go, loyalty merchant. So the one thing that I have to say is very, 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 very important is buying the res tokens. You could also get crystallized luck here. Um, so both places are good sources. I would use loyalty first because that autofills. You don't need to do anything right there. So it's good. Use your loyalty first for res tokens and crystallized luck. If you have excess, then use your overseer, but focus on these other things. Everyone, if you have nothing else, the tier for sure, because it's free, it's bonus. 5 defense, as small as it is, it's something that nothing else. Healers, the sympathetic proc, huge. If you don't have access to TOL, this one here, with tokens, power sources, etc. All right, guys. So those are the main things that I feel are important that folks should know. And hope people liked the video. I'll talk to you later. Thank you.